It's been a little while before I did one of these, or I can't even English right now. I'm sorry, it's 2 a.m. I'm on a coffee binge right now because I decided tonight was a great night to edit videos, and then I thought, hey, might as well catch up with a monthly collab. I'm sorry, I said that because I have a lot of collabs going on. A monthly update video that I claim to do monthly, but let's be honest, I do it once every few months when I'm in the mood to. Normally, I just keep up on Patreon. I give weekly updates on there, and they're set to, anyone that follows the channel will see them. But let me move in a little bit so I take up more of the camera. But I don't even do those weekly because sometimes I just feel I don't have anything to update on. But let's talk over the channel, things that have come out, things that are going to come out. I already mentioned collabs. We'll go ahead and brush up on that. But otherwise, all right, channel-wise, channel's doing fine in my opinion. I stated, I think in the last one, if not the one before, that I'm happy with where it is. It's at a point where I can pay my half of the mortgage for this place, and let's adjust the camera slightly for more of the green screen. There we go. I make enough off of everything so that I can, you know, continue to work on the content at as high as a level as I can, getting out anywhere from 3, 4, 5, 7 to I think that's the upward. Yeah, 5 to 7 videos out a day between all the channels. I can't find the right angle. There we go. All right, a little more of me there, but 2 to 3 videos on the main channel, hopefully 2 videos on the PvP channel known as Liru Shenanigans, and then 1 or 2 VODs, usually 2, just depending on previous streams. I did have one VOD release the other day, but it was like a 6-hour thing of just DayZ stuff, because a lot of stuff happened in that stream, because that was the debut for the new Namalsk hardcore server. But otherwise, speaking of that, expansion and other content, if you've been following the VOD channel, you saw a lot of videos for a game called Forewarned come out. I have all of that footage cut up. I sent it to one of my editors. I'll be honest, he's my only active editor right now, but that's okay. And DayZ, I just cut up 2 10-minute long video segments. Those are going to be releasing this week and next week, and I still have another like 2 or 3 videos worth of content to cut up there, and I also have more forewarned stuff I got to cut up and send to the editor. He's working on one more Arma thing right now. He sent me a pre-launch edit. I'll probably release that on Patreon for some people to look at and critique. It's not fully done yet. He hasn't put in subtitles, but some of the edits in there are really funny. He's got a good Payday one in there, for example. But that's all going along. I just haven't released a lot of heavily edited stuff because the channel went on a downward trend, and I try to release those when the channel's doing really well because that nets more money, which then pays him more, and I'm trying to be considerate about that. So all that's going well. Again, channel, as I mentioned, is going on a downward trend. It's not super bad though. Again, my minimums still net me enough to be able to pay my tax bracket and then still pay for all my bills, and that's all I want. So that's all good. But I do have a plan in place in case I need to grow really, really quickly. And I know a lot of you aren't going to like it, but how YouTube's algorithm works is the more you grow, the more the algorithm kind of gives back to you. So I could always completely redo how I upload on the main channel and go to releasing once every 3 days, like a 5. Actually, it would be like an 8-minute compilation at the minimum, so I could put multiple ads on it. 10 would be preferred, so I could because there's a difference between an 8-minute and a 10-minute. Because YouTube, if you do 10 minutes, will let you put ads in the exact beginning of the channel and then right after. But if you do an 8-minute, it gets a little wonky with putting the ad all the way in the front. But I could just do stuff like that, and that's how most YouTubers grow, is to get the algorithm working for them initially, if they're in my situation, of transitioning from uploading multiple times a day to just getting that big spike to really stretch their growth out, to uploading like once every 3 days, and they do every 2 days after like 6 months, and then once a day, if they can get the momentum to continue. But by putting all your viewership on certain spikes, it almost guarantees that the algorithm's going to take your videos off because you're condensing all the viewership you'd get across the 6 or 9 videos you release over those 3 days into one video. And it's something I really don't want to do, to be perfectly honest, but if I ever need that boost, because that then also jacks your revenue up, that's what I'll do for an emergency. So I have a backup plan, which is good to have regardless of your profession. But again, I don't want to do that. I just want to continue to keep making content for you guys because that's what this job's all about, even if it's, like a 60-hour gig thing. Because most YouTubers, they only have to record and stream the video, cut that video up, give it some flare up in Sony Vegas or Adobe Premiere, and then they release it, and then they can just, do that once a week and then make their money, tons of money even, and then live on their day. And then, they'll have a community tied to them. Most don't run it themselves. They're just kind of the figurehead in there, and they've got other people to run it for them. Arma, you can't really do that, especially if you're a Zeus or mission maker, because you have to spend all the time making the missions, and then Zeusing them or running them or being a part of them at the very least to, stop anything from breaking. And that adds to your time. For me, it's about 2 hours a mission file. And then you have to run the mission, which is, another 2 hours on average. And if you do it, on average once a day, because you have days where you do multiple, and then once in a while you have a day off, that's 4 hours a day right there of just your standard stuff. And that's not including editing. That's another, depends on what you're doing, but the more time, and it can quickly stack up from there. And then I'm one of those guys that likes to be an active part in my own Discord. I used to also run big chunk of TSB. I stepped down from that to give myself more time. Uh, Even then, running my own Discord, I've automated that mostly, but I still like to poke my head in, and I've got some channels where people can ask me questions about Arma, Zeus, and whatnot. And then, of course, there's maintaining the household, which yeah, that also is a daily commitment, but I've got my hands full with everything that I can have. I'm at capacity and then some, because I will admit I'm still having some issues where stuff never gets edited and released past the VODs channel. VODs channel, I always try to put everything on there, but not everything makes it to the main channels because I'm just overworked. Trying to get better about that. I mean, I've been trying to upgrade this. Let's get it pointed. It's like right there. Yep. That upgraded to a GoPro. Haven't had a chance to touch that yet. That adjusted so I can use it. We got some sizing issues with it, but again, haven't had the time to touch that. Fix it's over here. The chat box into being a color that you can see in night ops or when it gets really dark. I haven't looked into that because I'm a goober. Instead, we've been focusing on expanding the content to new games like Forewarned and DayZ and all that jazz. Just to, continue to create varied content that you guys seem to like. I wasn't expecting that DayZ video last month to be super popular, but you guys seem to love trolling me because I do jump scare easy. Hate that. But if you guys want to screw with me, I'll be your punching bag because I like watching it back too and seeing what was fake and what was real, and then laughing at the blend between the fake and the real. And then Bloodwing also has taken interest in DayZ, so I've got videos to edit for that, but that's been really fun. And she's been catching along quite well. I've become a simp. But she's also wanted to get into recording and streaming her POV, so I helped her set up recording. I still have to set up streaming for her in that regard. So you might see a bit more of her and her POV. And her computer is more powerful than mine, so she can give a better quality than I can at the moment, which I find funny. So, I know some of you want to see more of her, so here you go. I keep looking because my other monitor's right there, but really it's just something to stare at as I process my thoughts. Overall, it's just one of those things where the channel's doing well, so we'll just keep going with stuff. I've noticed you guys like some stuff, so I, keep it going with the horror games and the DayZ. Collabs wise, I've got a monthly thing now with Karma Cut. I think it's gonna become just a thing where I Zeus first community once a month, which more power to that. Though I will say I have cut back on collab work because TLDR, the average TSB op or average op I make for any one of the communities I've been working with for a while, like the 506. That's a bad example though, because we're doing that new Horizons campaign, which is that like full-on D&D thing bi-weekly, and that one takes about as much time as a collab job would normally, but the other campaign, the CIA campaign, that actually takes me like an hour on average to set up. It's just all the garrisoning. But the average TSB op, or an op for a community I've worked for a while, it's about 2 hours to set up. The average collab one-off job takes 5 hours because on top of just building the AO and testing it, you also have to check all the A settings, do research on the community, collaborate with the liaison that hired you in the first place, and it takes a lot more time for an Arma op, and that really eats into my time. So I've cut down on those just by raising the rates I charge, and so far it's been working out. It's given me the time to focus on DayZ and Forewarned, and have more nights where I just feel like editing a bunch of footage like I have tonight, and get that out to you guys ASAP, or get that to my editor, even though I've already backlogged him by like 4 videos. But yeah, no, that's all good. So still have some other stuff. One thing that's coming out real quick, I have to be a little hush hush about right now, but all I'm gonna say is it's related to when I shot Remy down with a rocket, or we might have more of that. My eyebrows are wiggling, but you can't see it. I'm sorry to say. Regardless, last time I did one of these videos, I talked about a little bit of how I was a bit lost because I've achieved everything I've set out to achieve. And for the most part, I'm still kind of on that, but I'm doing my best to redistribute how I do everything to give myself more time to get into stuff that I want to do, that I need to do, like, standard community update stuff. I mean, getting new emotes. People bully me on how I say emu. Like, ugh, I'm sorry. I'm always going to say it like emu, but getting, gosh, there's so many angles I have to talk about. All right, one at a time. Because this is how I just live my life. Is I'll go on a tangent, and another tangent, another tangent, and I'm not on the spectrum. I don't have autism. I've checked. It's just how my brain works sometimes. But otherwise, all right. Lightning points. So we got new emotes for Twitch. Hope you guys have enjoyed those. Gonna probably get some more around the new year because there's some extra stuff I want to add. People really like the tiny church meme from the Fallout campaign, for example. Second one, there's been a new mod dev community that's come out that's working on a lot of custom models. Devour King's group had to make emu models because why not? Actual Australian War. That mod got released recently. You can look it up now and find it, which I think is great. Sorry I held on to that for so long. We were just doing some bug testing with it. Had a few updates come out for it, and I also wanted to hog it for myself because one of the funny haha memes I wanted to do was have a few emu operations for the emu war. And I just I wanted to have fun with it. My players had fun with it. Now I want to allow everyone else to have fun. But we might have more really cool stuff coming out for Arma 3. Some of it I can't talk about, but some I can. They're working on some flood stuff right now for Halo. That's going to be a good one. But I can use what I gain from the channel to help steer them into doing other stuff, which is great because I want to really expand on the modding community where I can to add a lot of cool stuff for everyone to utilize. Because in my opinion, Arma 3 is one of, if not the best games ever, because you can just design what you want in the damn thing and deploy it in a first or third person shooter sense. And I mean, that is just superior to everything else on the market right now because, all your AAA games are so limited in their focus. The only games out there these days that are released that you can really spend hours upon hours on is just an MMO. And there have been a few cool ones coming out, but, you know, Arma 3, there's nothing like it. And there will never be anything else that comes out that's like it until we see Arma 4, which isn't going to be for a while, unfortunately. But that's, sorry, I'm trying to make sure that Nillers isn't behind me to break my neck. That's something that I'm not allowed to talk about. Anyway, yeah, that's all I got. I think I'm gonna end it here because it's just, how do I put it? We're just kind of sailing the course. I'm just seeing where the channel's gonna go, where I edit stuff, what that lands me. I'm just doing what you people seem to like based off of the viewership and the comments. Um, It sucks too because I also use the dislikes to see what you don't like, because whenever I got like, more than 5 dislikes on something, that's when I knew something was wrong, because I never got dislikes, but now that feature is going to be completely gone. I will admit I relied on it for a few things, but YouTube. I mean, what do you expect? We're just the pawns in that machine, but I don't know. Everything else is going well. I'm just finding the time to, do all my little side projects here and there, pay for paying MCO, um, checkpoint RP, all that fun
Let's give
stuff.
him a warm welcome, shall we?
I love that announcement. Sound like a nervous little wreck in there, but yeah, I mean, we're just gonna keep staying the course. And I hope you all keep enjoying the content, and thank you so much for keeping up with it all, for enjoying it, for reaching out to me and telling me you enjoy it, for reaching out and say, hey, can you do XYZ concept? Because we add it to this massive Word document that's nearly 300 pages long at this point. I think it's at 270, 271, but I need to go through that document and cut down on stuff that's repetitive, because I've been collecting concepts for almost 5 years now. We started the channel in June 2016 when we started posting. And then I started that document, I think, in November of that month. And any concepts or any ideas people give me that I think I could do in the future, I put on that thing. And once in a blue moon, I do pull stuff from it, but that's all from you guys, to be perfectly honest. I never touch that for my own stuff, because if I really want to run something, I will. But if I ever need inspiration, I look on that document, I run it if I like it, and then I take it off. But that's all from you guys reaching out to me on Discord, you guys commenting on the videos saying, hey, what about XYZ? You guys finding me in a random community I'm working with and, pulling me over and saying, hey, have you seen this? Or an email. I do check emails. I'm just really bad at replying on them. I always reply to people on Discord. I never reply on email because I'm such a boomer. But you all have a hand in making this content. I'm not just some YouTuber that, picks up a random game or random mod and go, yeah, let's try this out. Uh, Nowadays, that's very rare where I find something that I go, oh, I really want to do this. It's almost 90% of it is either you guys reaching out to me or me putting up a poll in TSB and going, hey, like, what do you want to play? I'll make it. Uh, just because why not, But I hope you continue to enjoy everything, because without you, I could not do all of this. I wouldn't be able to have the revenue to keep up this lifestyle. And it's a very, very busy lifestyle, but I do not mind doing it. And it's really humbling. All I can hope is you keep enjoying everything. I have a younger brother. We call him Rylu, especially on the Warcraft 3 videos, which I don't know if we'll ever do. If we will ever do Warcraft 3 again. But he sometimes tells me, yeah, people know Liru, and I debate whether or not to tell him that. Oh yeah, he's my older brother. That cracks me up every time. But all I can hope for is you guys keep enjoying stuff, and if you don't, let me know. If you like something specific, let me know, because it's all based off of what you guys like, but more importantly, what the players want to play. I can't stress that enough. The hierarchy is the players have to enjoy what we're doing, because if they don't, then no one's going to play it, and then I won't have the content for you guys. So that's why some ideas I have to shoot down, especially the ones who are like, oh, you should like kill all the players doing XYZ. And I'm like, yeah, but they're not going to enjoy that. But that's not to say I don't have bloodthirsty missions where I do get very malicious at times. Now, disclaimer, I always have their permission to do it. They always know going in what that is. Because if I don't, then I lose people. Because, I mean, that's kind of a dick move, just to dick on your player base for the sake of dicking on your player base. I used to do that back in like 2018, 2019, no, 2017, 2018. And then I had to turn around late 2018. Sniper Wolf, Bill Man, what's that? They beat that out of me. But yeah, there's a whole history behind that, and it's also tied to my predecessor that I won't name. But I mean, now he's a big 40K guy. But if you know your history, you know your history. regardless, there's a lot of cool stuff coming out for Arma 3 that I am, keeping an eye on, and when it comes out, I'll do my best to cover it as well. But till then. So regardless, guys, thank you so much for everything. Hope you keep enjoying everything. I'm going to do my best to keep releasing 3 videos on the main channel today. Again, got a lot of cool highlight stuff to put out, but go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. And I'm probably going to spend the next 2 hours, because I'm on a coffee binge right now, so I always stay awake till like 4 a.m. But all the highlights I get from footage, I always write them down on sticky notes. They're timestamps, and then I just remember which side of what colored sticky note is from what video. And what was this one? Oh, I have some other stuff written down. Oh, this is op-related stuff, right? Yeah, so every sticky note means something else. So like these are F&F clips from Friday Night Fights. And that's just how I do things. And of course, we can always change the color. That's a new feature I added for the forewarned videos where we have the camera in the back corner. But I'm trying to slowly add more things for you to do, because why not? Trying to be a little innovative here and there. But otherwise, go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to put them in the comment section or reach out to me directly on Discord, and I will get back to you. But otherwise, cheers, guys. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, and I'll see you in the next video or whenever I see you.